Hi there, this is Lisa Herring, and welcome to my informational observation number 2. This was all about using the Follett Destiny system and how our school librarians can use this in our library. I did watch quite a few videos so that I could gather the information for this video. So here are some of the areas that we're going to focus on. We're going to learn about checking in and checking out library material, running reports for overdue notices. We're going to learn how to put a hold or reserve on a library material, how to assign and delete fines, how to run a circulation report. We're going to learn how to catalog records and also run a collection analysis report. So let's start off right here with our check-in and check-out procedures. So we have our library patrons that come in and they're so excited to find the next book in their series or whatever they're the most interested in. So we need to have a procedure put in place so that these library patrons can find what they want. This function allows the librarian to track materials and manage the circulation efficiently. Okay, so when we check out in the library, you're going to go to the circulation tab. Then you're going to check on the left-hand side of the screen for the patron. The kids can scan their student ID if they have it with them at that time, or you can actually go into the search button and you can start typing in their last name. You're going to scan the barcode on the back, and the biggest thing I learned was listen for the sound that it makes to make sure it checks out the book correctly. Now, when it's time to check the books in, again, you're going to go to your circulation tab. You're going to click on the left-hand side of the screen again. You're going to scan the barcode on the back of your screen. And again, you're going to listen for the sound that you know so it gets checked in correctly and ready for the next patron. Sometimes we need to run those overdue notice reports so that we can collect our library material that we've curated. So these notices are going to help students and staff members locate and return any library materials. This is also going to help the parents when it also goes home as well. So we're going to go to the Reports tab. Then we're going to go to the Patron Reports tab on the left. Then you're going to find all kinds of options for that patron. You're going to see everything they have checked out. And when you get to probably your middle school, high school level, you're also going to see their technology that they also have checked out as well. So after you get past those endless options, let's go check on the current checkouts. And you can see everything they have checked out again. You can go over and whichever book is missing or not or damaged, you can go over and you can go to the fines. You can also see down at the bottom there was a little bitty square that needed to have the notices checked so that you don't just run a PDF report. You can also set limits. One of the limits that the librarian I watched, she clicked active so that it catches all of the staff and all of the students so that you know who's exactly there at this time. And then another good tip they said was to add the picture of the book and also click the price as well. So when it goes home to these parents, they're not like, well, what is that book? You know, they have a picture with it, price, and it's very distinguishable to find. The only thing I think about now is when you run the report, you're going to have students like their lunch numbers and things. So with student confidentiality, is that something we need to look at how to take off? Is it something that could be emailed to parents eventually? Now we're going to go to the holds and reserves. This is always exciting. You know, your library patrons come in ready to check out something, and lo and behold, they find out that it is not available. It's already checked out. So being able to place a hold is going to allow students to reserve materials that are currently checked out. You're going to go up to your catalog tag. You're going to search for the library material that is wanted. When it pulls up, you're going to see that it does say checked out. So you're going to click on the hold it button. And once it holds it, it's going to hold it under the patron's name. And you're going to click the save button. And then depending on your procedure you have for letting the library patron know that that hold is available, when it comes up, they can come down and get their material they were wanting. I know at a previous school I had the librarian there, she would just email the teachers when it was available. So depending on how the librarian wants to set that procedure up. Okay, next thing we come to is the fines. We know not every kid turns in their library books, or maybe they come back damaged or it's lost. And so when we have a fine management system, this is going to help the librarians track the lost or the damaged materials. That's according to the district policies, whatever that's set up. So there's a couple things. First, we're going to learn how to add a fine. You're going to go up to your circulation tab. Then you're again going to go to your patron status on the left. You're going to find their name, and again, it's going to pull up what they have. And beside the book or library material that they cannot find or is damaged, you're going to click the lost option. And then once you click that lost option, it's going to populate and say, are you sure? You're always going to click yes. And then it will add the fine to their name. When they've paid for that, we can go in and we can actually delete the fine. We can go back into the patron status again. You're going to click the edit fines button. And then we're going to go click update. Once we click update, again, a box will populate that says, are you sure? And yes, we are going to click yes, we are sure. Okay, let's look into our circulation report. I think this one's an important one. A circulation report, it's really helping you evaluate the library usage and to identify popular materials. But I also think it's one that's going to also help you know what to weed out of your library at a later time. Okay, so you're going to go up to the reports tab. And then on the left, you're going to click on the library report on the left. You're going to scroll down to where it says statistics. Under statistics, there's one that says circulation. You're going to click on circulation. Then it's going to populate to where you have a calendar. Your calendar, you're going to click on the dates you want. You may want to know a certain month of the year, maybe if it was a holiday, were other books going out during that time. At the end of the year, maybe you want to see what exactly went out for the whole year. You're going to also find that you have a part that says you can either put it in a PDF or it can be transferred over to an Excel spreadsheet. At that point, you're going to run the report, and then you're going to view the report, and it's going to give you all of that beautiful information at your fingertips. Okay, let's look at a cataloging record. This one kind of made me chuckle just because I thought about the class we took all about MARC records and how MARC record comes to be and all of the back history of it, and to see how it is in this system, it just made me chuckle. That's all. So this cataloging record, it sure does ensure the materials are discoverable and you have it organized correctly so it can be found by your library patron. So you're going to go up to the top. You're going to click the catalog tab. Then over on the left-hand side, you're going to click title. When that pulls up, you now have a drop-down box, and that drop-down is going to ask you what the material is, if it's a book, etc. And it wants to ask you how you're going to catalog it. So if it's a book, maybe you're going to catalog it by title, or you can maybe pick by a call number. You're going to scan the barcode. It's going to populate and say add copy, and at that point, you can tell it how many copies you have. And then you're going to keep going because you want to make as much information populate as possible. It's going to ask you the type of book. So that could be, is it a children's book? Maybe you got a professional book in for your staff. It's going to tell you where you want to locate it. Again, maybe it's a children's book. Is it going to be in the professional section? It also has a place where if you know how much it is, there's a lot of different things for you can get as specific as you need to. You're going to click save, and then it's going to populate again and ask you, are you sure? And again, you're going to click yes. Okay, let's look at this last report. This last one is our collection analysis report. I thought this was very interesting here as well. In your collection analysis report, it's going to help you identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your age of your collection, and the areas that are needing updated. Very interesting report. Just a lot of data in your fingertips. So you're going to go up to the reports tab. You're going to go over to the library reports on the left. You're going to scroll down to the bottom again, and you're going to see a part that says statistics. You're going to go into the collection statistics, and it's going to take a hot minute to populate because it's your whole collection that you've curated. Once that report pops up, you're going to view it, and you're going to see you have 3 different selections of tabs when this opens. First of all, you can see the circulation of every book in your library. You're going to see, this one made me chuckle too, because it says the age of the collection. I was like the ages of the kids that checked it out? No, it's talking about how old is the collection as a whole. How many years have you had this collection at this location? And I also thought the last part, this worth part, how much is your collection worth? I think this is an important piece of data to have, especially as you're building new schools or you're in an area that's growing. If you need a bond election or anything else, so you make sure you have the same types of library materials at each campus that are pretty equivalent that we are doing here now today. It just gives you that data to back yourself up as you are presenting to get more money, because you know that's hard to come by these days. So thank you for joining my informational observation number 2.